Welcome to tonight's coverage of the last race to see who makes the chase for the Sprint Cup. It's the Federated Auto Parts 400.
Mike, I think there's more drama in this race than maybe there is, maybe until we get to Homestead. Who's going to be in the chase? Who's going to make it? Who isn't? That's the big question tonight. It should be fun to watch.
There is so much riding on tonight's race because after tonight, only the top 10 in the Sprint Cup points, plus the two winningest drivers in positions 11 through 20, will have a chance to win the Sprint Cup at the end of this season. And I like that we're going to settle this on a short track, 3/4 mile here at Richmond. Well, let's find out who's in and who's out.
Hello everybody and welcome back to the final race of the regular season here, our NASCAR 15 season here at the Richmond Raceway, a track where earlier this season we brought home the victory with a late race charge to go all the way up with the last lap pass for the win on Kevin Harvick. Now we are back here in the second time here at Richmond, this time with the playoffs on the line. As we are green and underway here, we sail it off into turn 1 back from 18th, 19th area to get up to side-by-side for 15th, 16th. Then we watch up the track, Connie Tony Stewart already sideways, cars banging into cars, Allmendinger's around, we're to the wall, and the caution is out already. Just like that here, already on lap number 1 here at Richmond. A little bit kind of ahead. We go completely sideways. Allmendinger gets sent and completely gets spun around. We save on the inside wall. He wipes out as the reason for our first caution of the night here in Richmond. So we're going to stay on the racetrack. We start 16th alongside Tony Stewart here on lap number 3 here, 38 to go. So we go side by side here between Stewart and Kyle Busch, 3 wide, trying to go in the middle now. It's getting stuck, trying to be careful here, not trying to be too aggressive so we don't really wipe out the wall. And then we still bounce off the wall hard into the back of Kyle Busch. Now we're 4 wide down the back stretch. Once again, 2 rows deep, 4 wide. We send the 3 and 51 off. We were 5 wide for a second. We still got cars banging into cars. We're still slamming the wall on the exit of 4. More contact throughout the back here. So we're all trying to survive. We're 4 wide. We get clipped off the side of Mears. And we go way too high up the racetrack. Gotta get way out of the gas. That's a big hit in the wall. Now we're getting completely squeezed and drilled by everybody in the known universe back here. Nearly getting killed by Josh Wise. And just like that, we're 40 seconds struggling to survive back here. Really, once again, another disastrous start to a short track race, this time here at Richmond. The short tracks are just tough. We're not looking forward to New Hampshire in the chase. That could be a tough race for us. Now we're alongside Harvick for position. He's going to turn us into bouncing off the wall into Colwitt. We spin high into Harvick. We stay green. No caution as Colwitt hangs on and we hang on as well. And somehow we stay green here with 35 laps to go as we get stuck here in 41st place and real suffering right now. So what we do here is we're not going to, while around our, we're going to stop. Become a complete stop, wait for Josh Wise to come around, and we're going to miss him. Absolutely whiff, and then wait for Colwitt and go kaboom, trying to get a caution, but he saves it. And so now we have to try to get a caution ourselves by going up to the wall, then backing up right here, and there's our caution. And then we have to come back up with the traffic and a huge hit to Jimmy Johnson. Car slamming Trevor Bayne, this Blaney head on into us. And we just go back into traffic after bringing out that caution. So we get the caution. We luckily stay on the lead lap because at the time of yellow we were on the lead lap. And then last we get drilled by the pack who's coming at us full speed. Oh my goodness. Somehow nobody's out of the race after that. After we heavily damaged our engine, we're still in this thing. So we of course pit, heavy repairs and everything. We're going to be last anyway, so we restart in last place. And it's going to be 32 to go, 32 laps for us to try to charge our way forwards up into contention right now. From back here with all the bozos at the back of the field. We send it in deep here into 1 and 2 up from 43rd to 38th there. A nice pass, squeezing guys up in the wall behind us. And next to the corner we find ourselves 36th. A very good turn 1 and 2 right there. Maybe get into a rhythm here possibly. Now racing Larson for position. He gets loose. We get sideways. He's spinning behind us there. Crashing and the caution has come out for the 3rd time tonight. This time for Larson going around. As you see right here, we get in the back of Larson. Actually, wasn't finished for Trevor Bayne, who got bounced off the wall and got turned off the nose of Chase Elliott into traffic, and that brought out the caution. Larson, of course, spun around as well. So we're going to stay on the racetrack, restart up in 18th now, right up in the top 20, back into contention. We're going to get stuck here behind the 98 of Josh Wise. Of course, we have beef with from last episode. at Darlington. Now we're in the back of Stenhouse here, trying to give him the bump all the way up into Matt Kenseth. He slides way back there. He loses some spots, but now we slide into 14th with a great move in that corner. Now we try to get clipped by McMurray. Sends us way too deep in the corner into Jimmy Johnson sideways. Cars are crashing everywhere. We're into Casey King. We're spinning. We're the wall hard. Cars are going everywhere. We don't know who's going where, what, which way. Cars are spinning all over the place. Everyone's banging into each other, and this is the most chaotic restart ever. As we just lost like 16 spots in that one corner. Another disastrous lap, as now we try to regroup and get back up to Kyle Busch. Now underneath Ryan with 4 wide, sent here to 3 and 4, trying everything we can to get these positions. Really see Newman in. We get turned hard in the wall. We get turned and then back down into traffic into Clint Boyer. He's up in the wall back there. Cars are going anywhere behind us. I don't even know what's going on anymore. We sit on Stenhouse and the caution has come out. We bounce off the wall. And so the caution has come out here, Richard. You see Matt Kenseth spins himself and then hits the pit barrier and gets so high he gets launched over the pit wall into pit road. Matt Kenseth is skateboarding over here at Richmond. What is happening? And so this time we decide to stay out on the racetrack. Regardless if we're 38th, we stay out and restart 21st here, because we're hoping we can get into a rhythm here and possibly have a green flag run where we actually have a shot to gain some spots here. So I'm going underneath Newman. Big cut. He slides, nearly wrecks half the field behind us, but we stay green regardless of all the contact. Fence Kyle Busch right there. We slide into 14th. A great corner. And now underneath Reed Smith, Trevor Bayne. Just like that, we're going to roll our way up into 12th place here on the exit of 4. Finally, we might actually have to get into a rhythm here. Just put down our fastest lap of the race. So things might be clicking right now. We're catching the back of David Gilliland and Michael Waltrip to try to gain on your leaders. Martin Truex Jr. leading the race right now in his number 78 Furniture Row Chevy. As now we go underneath Todd Gilliland to get up into 11th, make him go for a massive wiggle, and we slide right on by Gilliland and are into 11th place. Now we go underneath Michael Waltrip, move into 10th. Now we're catching Tony Stewart. We go underneath Tony, get ourselves up here into 9th, and maybe going to be a little bit of contact. We do force our way by Tony Stewart to 9th, use him up there. And now we catch Kyle Larson's 42 and Ryan Blaney in the 21. The next two we're about to pick off here. As we finally get into a rhythm here, get into the run, see what we can do. If we get into a rhythm here, Richmond, and I have all the mid-pack, back-of-the-pack chaos, we can really get going and have a good run going. So now we're underneath Ryan Blaney, a little bit of contact there. He slides, we go sliding off the door of Blaney. Contact, we hold on to it. Now underneath Larson and Chase Elliott for position, we go by both of them, move into 6th place. Now on the verge of getting the top 5 here. We are really charging here on this restart. The speed is there, the handling is doing just fine as we get in the back of Joey Logano, and that's going to mess up our run as that sends us way up the track. And there goes Larson around us, Blaney to our inside, Stewart even lurking right now. We get clipped by the 21 into the 42, big slide, avoid pit road. Larson goes to the wall, and now Stewart runs into us, and now we're 3 wide in the middle between Stewart and Blaney. Contact, Blaney into the fence. Stewart is clear. Now in the corner, we give Tony a little bit of a bump, use him up the racetrack, and now we try to get it working on the bottom again, but now we're starting to struggle into Ryan Blaney. He's in the wall. He's putting us in the wall. We save it. He wiggles, loses like 10 spots. There's a whole line of cars behind us trying to move up right now as we try to catch back up to Tony Stewart for 6th place, trying to hang on for dear life in this battle that rages on here in Richmond. 20 laps to go in the race. We get to the back of Stewart, move him all the way up the racetrack right there. Absolutely give him the chrome horn, and we clear him on the exit of 2 and are back into 6th place. Now we got to chase down the top 5. Truex, Johnson, Dillon, Gordon, and Logano. Those are the guys we got to chase down next as we hold on to 6 and try to drive away now and catch up to those guys right in front of us. As we're hanging on for the moment, but see, it's getting into these corners. Sometimes you get the entry wrong. See, there's Jeb Burton coming out of the pits on our inside. So we're getting close to a pit stop cycle here, as we're a little bit under half a tank on fuel. As now we get a big run here in the back of Joey Logano, trying to get up there for P5, doing very nicely, but bouncing off the wall right there on the exit of 4. Now what we want to do is we once again set our fastest lap of this race, a 21:32. As we close it on the back at Joey Logano, but we're going to go a little bit high there, keep it off the wall, had to lift, but now we get a big run on him down the back stretch, and we are going to not give him a bumper. We're going to miss the bumper, and we're going to stay in 6th place, not quite capitalizing on that opportunity to take the position from Logano. Now 17 to go. We move back to the inside of Joey into this corner now. Get him loose. Try to stick it on the bottom. Doesn't quite work. Logano stays clear. We go high. Big run here. We switch to the bottom of Joey Logano. And now moving to 5th place now. A big set. You can see Josh Wise, Michael Annette right there. 2 lap guys in front of us. We go by Annette pretty easily. And now it's just trying to hold off Logano, which we do go underneath Josh Wise. Now we have a shot at Jeff Gordon, also Dillon. So we send it in deep enough to be 3 wide for 3rd. We try to hang on to it with the grip. We're going to be a little bit sideways. Contact going to be made into the wall. We're getting turned by Austin Dillon, and we save it. We hit the 22, who gets back in front of us for 3rd. We give him a shot going to the corner. Truex pits, and now this is the battle for 2nd. Myself and Logano, he goes up into the wall, and now we're into 2nd here as Jimmy Johnson leads this race with 15 to go, getting very close on fuel. Definitely need to pit within the next couple of laps here. And now we get driven through by Michael Annette. We save it. What a save. And now we get hit by Boyer. Somehow we have not absolutely wrecked this thing yet. Now we're on the side of Casey Kane. He clips us on his way out. And now we're into Clint Boyer. He's up into the fence. We hit him back up there. We clear him. We're in 3rd as Tony Stewart now has found his way in 2nd. Here comes Denny Hamlin to our inside. Looking for 3rd. We make contact with Denny. Now all of a sudden we're dropping like a rock here on the outside lane. No help. Can't get back on that bottom line, which is where our bread and butter. Now we cross over. Now go behind Denny. Give him a big shot here into 3 and 4. Send him clear of Michael Annette. Get to his inside. Gonna make some contact. Use him up. He puts us bang into the wall. But we get back around him for 3rd place. Now here comes Matt Kenseth, who is skateboarding on the pit wall earlier. It's now right back behind us in 4th. And so now we're down the backstretch here. We're trying to go low. We test if we want to pit. I'm like, no, I decided not to pit that time. So now we're back battling Tony Stewart for 2nd. As we got around the lap car on Michael McDowell, and now we're closing in on J.J. Yaley's number 23. He's a lap car, then Elliott, and then Johnson is a couple of ways ahead of this. He's 3 seconds ahead of us right now. So now this stop, I'm like, okay, time to pit, time to come down. Jimmy's pitting, so now we're trying to pit here. So we slow down, I can slow down, trying to come down pit road. We don't quite get the exit, and we get drilled from behind by Allmendinger, and now we're crashing into the field. There's a huge wreck, and the caution is out. Here at Richmond, absolute disaster has struck us. We're trying to make green flag pit stop, and then 47's dumb butt just gets into us and completely wrecks us. And Michael McDowell in it, Edwards, McMurray. Just I don't know what AJ Allmendinger was thinking. He just comes out of nowhere and just wrecks us for no reason. And so now we are going to restart 23rd at the back end of the lead lap here with just 9 laps to go in this race as Jamie McMurray leads as we try to replicate that charge we made in the spring Richmond race here earlier this season in NASCAR 15 season mode. Underneath Casey Kane, Vickers, contact into the wall hard, and around goes Vickers. The caution is out. We're getting hit by everybody into the wall hard that time. And now this is all falling apart now as the 6th caution of the night comes out here in Richmond. So you can see what happened here. Just we were like four wide racing, and Vickers gets hit in the wall, and he just wipes out in front of everybody into me, clips me to Gillen, then we go into the wall, and this is on from that point on for everyone else behind.
I've got a cleanup truck in a back. Inside.
And now we're back underway here on lap 34, getting used up by David Reagan here. This initial restart in the outside wall back here in 20th. We stayed out trying to hang on to any position we can here late with 7 laps to go. Bounce off the wall again hard. There goes Vickers. Labonte buys McMurray. We're 4 wide going into turn 3 and 4. Eric Almirola gets booted. Now we're 5 wide behind us. What is happening? We're 5 wide right now at Richmond. This is insane. This is not going to work. We're getting bumped. We're getting squeezed. We're getting run out of room right now. Denny Hamlin's looking to run away with the win right now. We're bouncing off the wall, bouncing into everybody. And we forced the 43 way down low to make him check up so we can dial it in, send it here in the corner, use up J.J. Elliott. He goes slamming hard on the wall. We slam Elliott on the wall. The caution comes out here at Richmond once again for the 7th time. The cautions come out here at Richmond. The short track struggle continues. We get into Yaley, and he goes up into Danica, who gets turned into the wall by Michael Waltrip, and that's what brings out the caution. Chase Elliott also goes around under this yellow.
Racetrack's clear. Pit road's now open.
We stay out again because track position is key. So that's going to be a 4-lap shootout. Jimmy Johnson versus Denny Hamlin at the front, and we get stuck behind McMurray. I was indecisive, didn't know which lane to choose. And now we're just stuck here getting used up, trying to get up there. Jeff Gordon getting used up by Casey Case. I'll just like to look at all the positions we're losing here down the backstretch. Just like that, we fall down to 17th, but we force our way down low. Clear, send it on Tony Stewart. Use him. Use Boyer, who goes up in the wall right there. Here comes Vickers back on our inside, but we get clear the guys behind us, and we're 16th here with 3 laps to go. Denny Hamlin now clear for the lead at the front of the field. looking at his second win of the season. Now we go underneath Gordon, a little bit of wiggle, a little bit of contact. We use him up there, a little bit of not giving him much room. After last episode of Darlington, we get clipped by Vickers and sent way off into the corner, not as deep as we wanted to go. Here comes the 47 of Albany, who wrecked us earlier on our outside. We don't give him very much room. Then Larson there on the bottom. Now everyone's just racing crazy back here. We're 3 wide, 4 wide, buddy, 5 wide back here, 2 to go. We're coming to the white flag. It's pretty much not going to be a win for us at this point, but we're just trying to hang on and salvage whatever finish we can. I think Denny Hamlin's got this one in the bag at his home track. White flag, final lap in the air. So I could have won back for Denny Hamlin here at Richmond, about to get the W as we run down the 78 of Truex, trying to move into 13th place. Nothing there. We might have to settle for 14th, but I am not one to settle for positions. And we absolutely full send it into 3 and 4 wreck. Tony Stewart and Truex, we bounce off the wall hard, but they stack up everyone behind us, and we come across the line to finish 12th as Denny Hamlin wins in Richmond, his second win of the season, right before the chase. 12th is alright. We hung in there for it, but not quite what we wanted. So we get 12th as they wreck behind us. But Denny Hamlin, your winner tonight in Richmond, leading 9 laps. Jimmy Johnson, your runner-up. Kyle Busch, 3rd. Matt Kenseth, 4th. Biffle in 5th. Logano, 6th. Harvick, Kurt Busch, Newman, and Keselowski round out your top 10 tonight in Richmond. Kane in 11th. Myself in 12th. Ryan Blaney, 13th. Boyer finishes in 14th out of your chase drivers. Allmendinger 21st, Jeff Gordon finished 22nd, Vickers 23rd, Truex down in 26th, Tony Stewart 27th, Stenhouse was down there in 29th, I believe, and then Michael McDowell finishes 39th and will miss the chase due to not being in the top 30 in points, and David Gilliland finishes in last. So we finished 12th, and your winner is Denny Hamlin today. So we'll see the updated standings for the start of the chase shortly. So we will be your leader heading into the chase with our 11 wins. Top of the board, 33 points. And then Denny Hamlin 2nd, Ryan Blaney 3rd, Brad Keselowski 4th, Clint Boyer 5th, Tony Stewart slots in 6th. I mean, like I guys are tied at 3 here. Kyle Busch slots in 7th, Truex 8th, Brian Vickers 9th, Stenhouse 10th, Jeff Gordon 11th, AJ Allmendinger 12th. The guys above the cut line via tie breaks right now. Casey Kane, the first one below the cut line, but via tie with Allmendinger in 13th. Then Jimmy Johnson -3, who's tied with Joey Logano and Kevin Harvick. They're 14th, 15th, and 16th heading to the opening race of the chase at Chicago. Of course, that means Michael McDowell did not make it, being 34th in points. So until the next episode, we're racing from Chicago. I hope you all have a good one.